how can we spark a fresh urge for CALD people to get into business, to get into entrepreneurship. And this is really driven by, I'll just start with this quote. Let me flag this because this is one of our major drivers today. You can give a man or a woman a fish, and that could mean many things. It could mean giving people handouts, it could mean Centrelink. We know our dear country, Australia, I think is one of the most welfare balanced country I've seen, where people, we don't want to leave anyone behind in poverty or suffering. But it comes to a time where CALD people, where migrant people need to learn to get the fish themselves. So I just want to leave it open at that point. Let me bring you in here, Teresa. Just that statement, what do you think, having CALD people in mind?
Well, that statement is quite true. We need to empower people to be able to be self-sustaining. So if you help someone by doing things for them, they will not learn. They will not be able to empower themselves. So if you actively had them take their own steps, do their own actions, it will empower them in the future to know exactly how to do things.
Yeah, thanks. I'll come back to you later, Teresa. Now, Tendai, what do you think about this statement? I'm sure it's not new to you.
The interesting thing about this statement is if we could learn how to provide for ourselves, then we should be able to take care or control our future. And I just remember someone who went a step further in describing this statement, and this is what I liked the most. Here it says, give a man or a woman a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man or woman to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. Now, this is more about learning the skills. But if we could go a step further, let's talk about teaching people how to own a fish pond. So it's not just about learning how to fish. We want to own the fish ponds. So I think that's another dimension that we have to look at. And I think that's what our focus of our discussion today should be. We need to own fish ponds and have people who fish on our behalf. And that's what we want to do.
That's quite interesting, Tendai. You've taken it to another level now. I didn't think about a fish pond. So.
Thank you, Ephraim, for having me today. It's a pleasure for me to end the year with you on a very on a good conversation on a passionate subject.
I think planning is good. For me, working and planning, and also learning new stuff as it goes.
He just came and just pointed the camera at me and asked me, "Do I mind if he captured this?" I said, "Not at all." And after the session, he gave me an interview, and the feedback has been very, very encouraging.
Success is an inside job. It always starts with our mindset. It doesn't matter, again, you could have the best products and best services. If you don't talk about it, if you don't let people know, even in your hometown, let's say I'm from Iran, let's say I'm in Iran and I've got all that family and everything. If I don't talk about it, if I keep it quiet, and if I say, oh, what would they buy from me? What are they going to think? They're probably going to think, who do you think you are to start a business? This is everywhere, but it all comes down to your mindset.
Tastes and preferences differ across cultures. Need to know who your target market is and what it is that they like. Be like a child.
Yeah.
Act like you know nothing, because you really need to know what your ideal market likes.